let's kick things off here. Start with a hand fight. Jake does a really good job here using his head to bully position into an underhook, allowing him to start off balancing Alex. Steps in for a beautiful front uchi here. Let's run that back and take a look. So he steps in deep with his base leg, allowing him to elevate with his lead leg. As he does that, he pivots his base foot to finish that throw. Alex was ready though, lacing his butterfly hook in the air and using the momentum to sweep. Jake's gonna begin to regard. As he does, he leaves his ankle a little too high. Alex is able to shelve it and start attacking the leg, but Jake goes right to his defense, building some height and stacking his shoulders. Looks for a back step, but Alex is able to follow with sticky feet. Jake tries to pressure in, but it's pretty difficult to fight your own knee alignment here. So Alex is able to tip him back over, start putting him down to a hip. As Alex gets him down, he's going to start looking to separate those legs and attack this inside heel hook. As Alex separates the legs, he starts looking to belly down to get under that heel. Jake's doing a good job hiding it against his body. Now he's going to free his secondary leg and start using it to stomp his knee line free. And right here, Alex is able to get a bite because Jake falls down to a hip before he actually frees his knee line. Alex pinches those toes and solidifies the heel hook and gently finishes. When you're training heel hooks in the training room, it's always important to go slow and prioritize control. Now we're back to standing, back into our hand fight. Alex is doing a better job matching head position here, looking for an underhook and then for a pinch front headlock. Jake's trying to escape. He's able to secure a collar tie and start breaking Alex's posture. As Alex tries to recover, Jake hits a quick little snap. Jake gets his hands down to the mat, but he isn't able to cover the head, so Alex peeks out towards the back. Jake does a cool little shin frame here to preemptively set up his guard. As he falls, he looks for a scoop grip, looking for the legs, but Alex does a good job cross-facing and pinning him. Alex switches to an overhead grip, crunching him into place. Alex hits a nice backstep here, but Jake times it and wrestles up, unfortunately right into a guillotine. As he tries to escape, Alex uses his leg to block the path. Once the momentum stops, Alex begins to belly down, looking to finish that guillotine. Jake does a good job of hand fighting though and frees his neck, immediately turning towards the side to begin his escape. Jake's being pretty lazy with his frames here, and while this is just a role in the gym, it's always important to practice good defensive habits. You fight the way you train, so if you don't pay too much attention in training, you won't have those skills when it matters. Now Alex is looking to dig an underhook here. He begins to walk it up using his head as a tool. Starts to isolate Jake's arm. Jake still has that right frame here, and that's keeping him safe. He's gonna walk his feet in, planting them to bridge, using that frame to free his left elbow. It did get him out, but it definitely cost him some energy. Alex looks for a victor's roll here, but Jake steps his leg back just in time, floating his hips over to side control. Jake hits a cool back take here. Let's take a look. So he drives weight into Alex's arm, keeping it stuck on the mat as he slides that bottom hook in. This gives him time to throw the top hook over. As Jake pulls him across, Alex does a great job of defending that second hook, misaligning his spines and allowing him to actually attack that leg. Jake is able to turn his leg before the knee bar sets in, landing him in 50-50. Now Jake makes a pretty big blunder here, turning into the 50-50 and exposing his heel. Alex is playing nice, just kind of slowly isolating that leg, but this is a pretty big mistake on Jake's part. Jake turns in, starts to correct his approach, hiding that heel and rolling through, but Alex is able to follow and actually get a quick bite on the heel. Jake defends at first, but then turns away and exposes his heel. Now this is a perfect example of why we start teaching leg locks early. Jake made a series of mistakes that could have been really dangerous in a tournament, but because he's with a trusted training partner, he gets to walk out of there and just learn from that lesson. We're back on the feet, hand fighting, looking to break each other's posture. Jake takes a bit of a sloppy shot here, but uses it to set up a body lock. Alex again looks for a victor's roll, but doesn't quite have the timing, so he just reguards instead. Jake floats his hips over, almost gaining side control, but Alex is able to retain guard. Alex hits a high pummel here and then begins attacking this far side Kimura. Jake sees this coming and defends by taking an angle, but Alex was ready, lacing that leg in to entangle Jake's and looking for that quick inside heel hook finish. Alex really showing his experience here, anticipating a defense and then chaining attacks together to get the submission. This becomes a really crucial skill at higher levels of Jiu-Jitsu. You really need to chain attacks together to get by your opponent's defense. Now we're back to stand up, a little bit of hand fighting. Alex is going to use a takedown threat to sit into a leg entanglement here. Jake's ready to defend, beating that primary foot and keeping weight over his own. He starts to crowd Alex, preventing a re-entanglement. As he floats over, he starts beating the secondary foot. As he collects the legs, he starts to neglect his own head position, allowing Alex to make some space. Alex inverts through, grabbing a scoop grip on the leg and starting to isolate it. Jake locks his legs, and Alex decides to get up instead. Alex starts to use this leg drag position to control Jake's hips, but as he shifts them out, Alex steps his knee up to block the hip line. As Alex moves towards side control, he makes some space. Jake's able to frame and shrimp and start to escape. Jake gets a bit too eager here and rushes in to take top position, landing himself in a guillotine. He's able to fight the hands and free his neck, but he's still stuck in Alex's guard. Alex adjusts, looking for some rubber guard here, trying to get that bottom leg free. Jake runs his hips to change the angle, momentarily keeping him safe, but landing himself in a triangle choke. Now Jake makes the mistake here of stepping up to his feet before gaining posture, sending him over his own head. Alex uses this to try to finish, but Jake is able to lace his legs over Alex's chest. As they roll through, Jake is able to break free from the triangle, actually landing in a decent spot for a knee bar. He locks his legs and starts to collect that ankle. Now if Jake wants to hit a straight knee bar here, he really needs the toes on the other side of his head. This will allow him to trap Alex's foot and prevent him from rotating and disturbing the angle. Alex starts using his secondary leg to defend, gives Jake a quick nut shot, and that's going to wrap up our roll for today.
Yeah, that was so close.
Good job, guys.